Humanity, in my opinion, is very fragile, and war is what happens when we forget that. I'm at Canberra Airport on my way to Perth. After about 2 decades, I'm slowly beginning to feel a sense of uncertainty, a sense of fear, possibly because of the war, or possibly because of all of the reporting that's been happening over the last couple of days. In times of war like this, ordinary people carry extraordinary burdens. From my time in Sri Lanka, I remember when parents had to travel in 2 different vehicles with 1 child each, just in case the unthinkable would happen. They didn't want the whole family to be gone. And I don't think that's a reality that a lot of people who have not experienced conflict have ever seen. But I also hope it's not a reality we need to grapple with. So as we face these uncertain times, what is your recommendation to keep ourselves safe? What is your recommendation to break the news cycle and stay away from anxiety? Let me know in the comments, what are you doing? How are you keeping your family safe? How are you keeping your family away from the almost relentless news cycle? How do you keep your mental well-being in check? Let me know in the comments. Thank you. My experience from living in an active war zone for about 30 years is that the most powerful weapon in war is not always a bomb. Sometimes it's the division created amongst people. And yes, there is a sign that says axe throwing right behind me. So be careful before you throw axes. Be kind. You don't forget the kindness that's in your heart, irrespective of whatever else is happening in the world. Count on the kindness in your heart. Count on the compassion and empathy you have in your heart. That counts. I'm here in the beautiful city of Perth to celebrate the wonderful achievements of the tourism industry.
So Wanju Nunga Buja, the Buja of my Dominica, where Wirran of my mum, and from Yank Yibani to Yank Baba Jenny, my Kubali Jenna Cooling, with Carla Met through Nunga Buja. I just welcomed you here to the beautiful place in my ancient language. And I'll mention in my language there, when the sun's coming up in the morning and setting in the evening, we see that yellow disc in the sky there that gives us all life. We see that as our old lady walking around with the fire stick.
But that's another industry that's been thrown straight into chaos. Travel plans, accommodation providers, beautiful tour operators that take you around and show you the heartbeat, the culture of the city. All of them have now a range of bookings slowly starting to get cancelled. How do we support these businesses thrive? How do we support these businesses survive? How do we support these businesses to accurately start predicting what their next 3 months looks like, what their next 6 months looks like? How do we help them business plan really well? Like all of those wonderful business planning strategies we have, uncertainty throws a spanner in the works. And maybe it is just a wonderful reminder for all of us to get off our phones and connect with those who we deeply care for and tell them that we care for them and be there just to connect, play sport, have a chat, and get off our phones, because that cycle might be continuously keeping us in that zone of anxiety, and that's not good for any one of us. This is also, in my opinion, a fantastic time to talk about social media echo chambers. Some of us may know about it, some of us may not know about it. Social media echo chambers are simply spaces that keep repeating the things we want to hear. So for example, if you're scrolling on Instagram, it'll show you the things that you're waiting for the longest time on. So be mindful when you keep scrolling past news. Be mindful when you keep scrolling past certain opinion pieces, because that's what you'll get to see more and more of. And if you are a small business owner, it can feel like prison trying to get some escape velocity in this environment. My only recommendation to you is that hang on, things will get better. Things have to improve. We're a very resilient people and things will improve. Just hang on. So we've chatted for what I'm going to call a hot minute right now. But what are the key takeaways? I don't have an opinion on which side is right and which side is wrong and what we could have done better. I simply have an opinion about how we can protect each other and how we can take care of those who we care for. You can go to a sporting ground. You can enjoy a wonderful game of cricket or footy or whatever your jam is. Get out there, support your local sporting teams, and just break the cycle of having to watch news and having to watch terrible things happen. Take the family along and have a great time.
The Cats taking on the Spirit, tight together around KG, but Morel finds a way. She is the heartbeat of this Cats side.
Watch the tree, rolls that one home.
Melbourne floats it in.
And if you're not careful, and if this conflict escalates, beautiful markets like this Fremantle market will not be a place where communities can gather and support locals without fear. These times are also a wonderful reminder that we need to not forget that we've been through conflict. We've been through wars before, and we've come out of it stronger. We've come out of it more successful. We've come out of it more compassionate? Maybe. Let me know in the comments if you think we have built our compassion muscles strongly enough, or if that's something we need to work on. For those of you who know me well enough, I love traveling. And yes, traveling international might not be the safest thing to do currently, but it's also a beautiful time to explore your local community, your local tourism spots. Maybe let's start doing some staycations. Maybe we'll travel. I live in Australia, so maybe we'll travel around Australia to explore some of those scenic beauties that we haven't seen before. I'm walking around in the beautiful city of Fremantle. Stunning. It's got lots of history. It's got lots of culture. It's got lots of architecture. Things that we travel sometimes 16 hours to the Middle East and then explore onwards. So maybe this is a little bit of a reset that we need. Maybe let's start exploring our local community. But when you do, don't forget to support local businesses. We need them to thrive, and we would love for them to thrive. So in conclusion, as the beautiful people that made my lunch are working very hard behind me, my recommendation to all of you is to find a way to look past some of these conflicts, to look past some of the disagreements that you might have in your everyday life, and trust in the good of humanity. Thank you for taking the time to connect with me on this very first vlog I tried to pull together, but I believe it is useful for us to be able to separate the signal from the noise and not just get caught up in somebody else's agenda. I wish you well as you navigate this tricky time, and I wish your family and your loved ones happiness, health, prosperity, and over all of those things, hope of a wonderful tomorrow. Take good care, friends.